Okay, we're back. I apologize about that. There was an emergency that just came up right in the middle of the stream. Plus, I was muted, so the start sucked anyway. But we're here now. We're back, and thank you guys for just dealing with that weird situation all together. I appreciate it. Okay, so let's get back to what we were talking about. So, I guess the first thing we'll talk about is this picture right here. So I got some new information on the picture, so I guess that makes this a little bit better, easier to explain. Um, so this was Geekdom just hit me up on Twitter, so I'm reading what he's saying right now regarding the picture. He said that it was announced in April but started in July. Okay, so this picture that you see here, according to my friend Keen, he's saying that the picture is fake. But remember how this picture came out um, years ago? This was like 2015. Um, Even though this picture is fake, there's something eerily funny about this picture. With the exception of Beerus, right? You don't count him. If you look at the other characters here, some of these characters look similar to characters that were in the Tournament of Power. Like the wolf guy looks like one. Well, he's wolf like from the Trio de Danger or whatever those guys are. That dragon guy was from Universe 9, although he had two wings and he had an actual dragon face. It wasn't like a human face. That green lady was, I forgot which universe she was from. There was a girl who looked similar with the that green similar lady that was there. So some of these characters look like they're actually from the, this could be like the concept arts to the characters that they use in the Tournament of Power. The Bunny Rabbit Air Girl, there was a Bunny Rabbit Air Girl from Universe 9, etc., etc. Not all the characters are actually used, but you get the point. But in this picture, in 2015, Broly was used in this picture. And the question is, when this was announced in 2015, this picture, whether fake or real, did this inspire Toei or the Dragon Ball cast Akira Toriyama to make the characters that they did for the Tournament of Power? And now that we're up to Broly, is it possible that we will see some of these actual characters, be designed for Dragon Ball Super 2019 and beyond? Is that where they're going with this? The reason why I bring this up is because I want to talk about the Broly movie, and I also want to talk about what is coming up in Dragon Ball Super 2019. So I don't know if you guys even know about this, but Kenzairo dropped Kenzairo. Where is this guy? Keen. All right, Kenzairo dropped
Step.
the, what's going on, Keen? Kenzairo dropped the full. I guess this would be the storyline for
Timeline.
the actual movie.
Mm-hmm.
So this is spoilers. I went through this entire script. I don't even think it's a script. It's more like a, what would you
Summary.
call this? Yeah, it's more like a summary. So it's like part one, the history of the Saiyans. It's also the history of the Saiyans continued in part one. That's a long history. Then you have part two, you have part three, and then you have part four, which is like part two is after the Tournament of Power, the Saiyans meet, then the final battle. And clearly, there's going to be spoilers. So if you're still here, that's not a good look on your part. You should beat it if you're not trying to hear the spoilers. But I've watched Geekdom's breakdown of the movie from his point of view and the people who put him onto the film and etc etc. And after listening to Geekdom and after reading the summary of the movie, that it begs the question: will Dragon Ball Super Broly be godlike? In my opinion, based on what I've read, um, the video that I listened to that Geekdom, and you guys could check out Geekdom's breakdown of it. I think this is going to be the greatest Dragon Ball movie ever, like ever, and we're gonna
And
go.
not just because Vegeta's in it.
No, no, no. It has nothing to do. Well, actually, it has everything to do with Vegeta, Goku, Frieza, and Broly. It has everything to do with them. And the reason why I think it's going to be the greatest Dragon Ball movie ever is because, hold on one second, I gotta mute that sniffling and snifling and some moving
No,
around.
I'm done moving around. Relax.
Okay. let's see here. We gotta turn this down because your nasal passages are
Hello.
so loud. There
No,
it is.
I'm fine now. You don't have to move it down. It's not gonna be like that anymore.
Okay.
Messages.
So here we are. The reason why I think this movie is gonna be good is because they actually decided to go into the lore of Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball has been in my opinion, my experience, really just a comedy of like action comedy anime. A lot of action and then a lot of buffoonery and comedy in it. And very rarely is there any like semblance of like serious history or lore. And so in this movie, for the first time, they focus on the lore, the history of the Saiyans. It goes back to Bardock. It fleshes out Bardock properly. It fleshes out King Vegeta properly. It fleshes out Frieza, why he was there, what he was doing. It fleshes out Paragus. It fleshes out Goku. It fleshes out Vegeta. It fleshes out everything. This is something that was been missing in Dragon Ball for, man, who knows how long. This was so needed. It really needed, and I'm glad that they finally put this in. So I'm gonna read some of the stuff that Kenzaro put out. I'm trying to add some context to it so that you guys can see. So let's start with the history of the Saiyans. So it's a two-part. So it says the movie begins in the past. Frieza and his army, along with King Cole, arrive on planet Vegeta. They take over the planet and they begin to enslave the Saiyans. So this is going to be godlike because we get to see how was it possible for Frieza to enslave that entire race, the whole planet of the Saiyans. So it goes on to say Frieza was going around looking for power levels in the different Saiyans and killing off ones with power levels over 2,000, so they don't overthrow him in the future. And that's crazy. Like, they're looking for power levels over 2,000. So if you guys think about this, when Gohan fought Raditz as a child, he was at power level 1,700. That means that if you really think about it, that means people like Gohan had the potential to kill Frieza. Which, to be honest with you, Gohan has a potential to kill Frieza. Period. It says um, Kid Vegeta, Nappa, and Raditz are all on different planets doing sane things, so Frieza cannot scan them right now. King Vegeta decides to send Broly off to a different planet as well, since Broly has a huge power level since birth. Now, see, the thing here is, this is the question. Did King Vegeta send Broly away because he was jealous? Or did he send Broly away like he did Raditz, like he did Nappa, and like he did Vegeta, so that Frieza wouldn't find out his power level and try to kill him? This right now made me go, oh my god. Kenzaro puts a quote here. I'm not sure whether it's to save Broly or because he wanted Vegeta to be the strongest child on the planet. Though 80% sure it was to save. He says, though 80% sure it was to save Broly. So Kenzaro is like, he thinks it's to save Broly. And I'm starting to think it's to save Broly, and Paragus mistaken King Vegeta, banishing Broly as jealousy, when in reality King Vegeta was trying to save his son because he knew what Frieza was doing. But when I see the movie, I'll be able to look at the context of the movie and find out if that's true. So King Vegeta, actually, they may be rewriting his role as more of a hero to his people. Now, that doesn't mean King Vegeta is necessarily evil or good, although we know that the things King Vegeta was doing was because of people like Beerus and Frieza telling him to get this and do that and whatever. So you have to really ask yourself, is King Vegeta really evil? Or the things that King Vegeta has done, was this per the order of Frieza? Is this per the order of Beerus? As Beerus said in the Super Saga, get me a pillow. I don't care how you get it for me, or who you have to kill. So it's like, really? But we'll get back to that at another time. So Um, Paragus, Broly's father, assumes that it was because King Vegeta was jealous, holding a grudge against him or whatever, and they went to this planet called Vampa, right? The place Kid Broly was sent to. When they arrive at their ships, they're all broken or whatever the case may be, and this goes into like what happens on that planet with Broly. I don't want to give too much of this. I don't want to give you like the entire movie story plot, so you don't. There's no point in seeing it. So there's certain things I'm not going to read here. He goes, so where are we? So let's see here. They go into Bardock suspects Frieza's about to do something. They put Kakarot in the spaceship. The whole Superman story. Gine and Bardock shoots Kakarot off to send his son away to another pod or another planet in order to save his life. True enough, Frieza destroys a planet. Vegeta, along with all the Saiyans, Bardock does try to fight Frieza off, but he's powerless and dies along on that. Now, in a sense, I like the fact that they keep true to that part of the story. But what I like even better is that because this movie is out, this kills that whole Bardock special, turning Super Saiyan, all that other foolishness. No, Bardock cannot be the first Super Saiyan. That's just complete, absolute Goku fandom foolishness. Like, just cut this garbage out. Let's see here. Wait a minute. Oh, Keen, you sent me the thing. Oh no, you didn't send it twice. It's just that when the tweet came up, it put it up there. All right. So now part two. Oh, oops. So I'll get to the questions, guys. So try not to like just give me a second because I'm going through all of this. So he's going to go part two. You switch to the present. You're in Capsule Corp. Goku and Vegeta are sort of sparring while Beast and Beerus and Bulma are all with and all the others are eating food at a party or whatever. They stop to sit down with the others to eat. Whis asks Goku why he wants to even get more powerful, and he's like, he's already reached quite a powerful level. Goku replies that after going through the tournament of power and seeing all these strong guys, you guys seen this in the trailer already. He was like, he wants to become more powerful because guys like Jiren is out there, and there's probably guys even stronger than him, right? Boomers collected Dragon Balls and whatnot, and they're trying to get it so they can make a wish or whatever. Eventually Frieza's after the Dragon Balls. They find out Frieza's collecting 6 of them, and there's one more which is in the Arctic, which you have to go to. Blah blah blah. Not gonna bore you guys with that. That's gonna be the details in the movie that you guys get to see, so you guys can see that. Let me see something. All right, so yeah, that's it. So let's get to part 3 now. The Saiyans meet. Now this is the interesting part. This part I'm gonna read to you guys because it doesn't matter if I read this to you. The glory of this will be met when you see the animation. So, Paragus and Broly, cut to the Broly and Paragus on planet Vampa in the present. Broly's all grown up, but he has a problem with social aspects. Whatever. Anyway, they eventually reach Earth, right? And when they reach Earth, there's a huge power level on the scouter, which then blows up because Broly's power levels is too high. They go anyway to check out, and they're scared to see Broly since he's the same. Broly and Paragus end up going with them to meet Frieza. Frieza recognizes Paragus, hears the story, and plots to bring Broly to Earth to put him against Goku. Frieza's minions contact Frieza and tell him that they have had 6 Dragon Balls and they just have 1 left to go. So what? Wait a minute, 1 left to go. Sorry, I gotta. This is such small writing. Frieza lands on the icy region where Goku and Vegeta are already present, looking for the last Dragon Ball. They sense a huge power level alongside Frieza, but they don't know who it is. Frieza's ship lands and Broly comes out. Paragus tells Broly to attack, and Broly rushes towards Vegeta, punching, and Vegeta blocks the punch and asks Goku to stay out of the fight. Vegeta hits back, and the two start fighting and in their base form, and there's like like the fight's godlike, but Broly over time starts to become overpower Vegeta in his base form. Vegeta then turns into a Super Saiyan, and the fight continues. Vegeta gets the upper hand, but then after time he gets overpowered again. So then the action scenes, they're blowing up mountains, all of that other stuff. Vegeta then turns into Super Saiyan God, and it just has no effect on Broly, and then Broly just washes Vegeta. Goku then jumps into the mix and tries to fight Broly, but he quickly learns that that base form ain't gonna work. So he goes from base to super to god to blue, and then Broly washes him too. So then they have to get out of there before they're gonna get killed. And they're does it say who teleports them or how they leave? Let me see something here. Okay, so they wait. Okay, oh, Goku instantaneously transports them out of there, or whatever the case may be. Let's see, it says, it looks like Broly is still in his base form. Looking at this, Frieza thinks back to the time when he killed Krillin to turn Goku to a Super Saiyan. Frieza decides to kill Paragus, which enrages Broly, and Broly then attacks Frieza. Sure enough, Broly turns Super Saiyan. Broly begins going on a rampage, attacking everyone, and his power level just keeps going higher and higher. They realize that they can't do anything, and Goku decides to get out of there, and with instant transmission taking Vegeta with him to where Piccolo was shown earlier. Back at the icy place, it's assumed that Frieza's fighting off against Broly, right? So we go to the last part, and just to let you guys know, I'm not gonna spoil the absolute ending. I think that I should just leave the absolute ending alone, because yeah, just something you guys just should see yourself. So it says, cut to Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, and Bulma. With Piccolo around, they begin discussing on how they need to defeat Broly. Goku suggests fusion, and then Piccolo teaches it to Vegeta. Vegeta first denies doing the fusion, because it's ridiculous, but eventually says yes. Kenzaro says he's not sure 100%, but apparently it looks like Bulma talks Vegeta into doing it. So they do it, and they do it a few times. So it's like, they said it looks like he says a fourth try before they actually get it. So you know there's gonna be Veku, the skinny Gogeta, and all types of messed up versions, and I guess that's gonna be the comedy aspect of it. But when they get it right, Gogeta goes back to fight Broly, and they see Frieza now in his golden form and barely being able to keep up with Broly. He was almost done when Gogeta arrived and begins fighting Broly. At this point, Frieza returns to the spaceship, and he's out of there. Gogeta and Broly battle begins. It's a crazy battle with gorgeous animations and all this other stuff. But I think they had to go up into some like different dimension, because it got on some like alternate reality levels of destruction. As you know, I think Whis teleports them with their staff. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that.
Wait, teleports from where? Hold on, you lost me.
Broly, Goku, and Vegeta cannot be fighting. Gogeta and Broly cannot be fighting on Earth. With the destruction that they're doing, they'll destroy the planet. So I think they would take it to a different dimension, and the only person I can think that could do that is Whis. And we
What
all
if they
know.
break? Because apparently the battle breaks the dimensions or whatever.
Yes,
So they break.
but like I said, however they got there, whether they broke through a burial dimension, it doesn't matter. They're not on Earth. That's all that matters. And I'm saying that I think we either got them there, or they somehow they got there. That's all that matters. But yeah, the fight goes on, and I'm just gonna leave it at this. There is no Ultra Instinct. There is no Evolution Blue. The fight ends between Gogeta and Broly, and that's pretty much all everyone needs to know. I think anything else is a little bit more than that. Like, you'll see how the actual fight ends, but it's an epic battle based on what I'm reading here by Kenzaro and whatnot. But like I said, going back to this movie is gonna be godlike, because for the first time ever, Vegeta actually technically gets a shared win. Like, this is the closest Vegeta's ever going to get a win by fusing with Goku. It's stated that earlier in the movie, when Goku and Vegeta were Super Saiyan Blue, both of them fought Broly, and he's still washing them. Both of them as Super Saiyan Blues, he was washing them. They had to fuse. So arguments about who's stronger, arguments who did better, all that other, no. The man in this movie is Broly. Broly washes them. They gotta go to Gogeta to even get an ending. And the fact that they really put together a story, that really a comprehensive story, which gives you the true background of their saying lore, is godlike. to the point where Goku, at some point in the movie, I'm going to surprise you with this, at some point in the movie, refers to himself to Broly as Kakarot, which, in my opinion, I think is ultimately godlike because
Mhm.
finally Goku embraces his Saiyan heritage in some shape or manner. This adds a level of depth to Goku, and then I think that this is a good way, plot point, or bridge so that when they start Dragon Ball Super 2019, it will justify why Goku would even have remotely any interest to go visit planet Sadala in Universe 6 with Vegeta. Because we know Vegeta has an interest to go visit. But when you really think about it, outside of Goku going to want to beat up on Kale and Khalifa, there is no actual reason for Goku to want to go there. If anything, he would probably would want to go to Universe 11 to go fight Jiren to see where he's at, to see how much stronger Jiren has gotten, how much stronger he has gotten. So
Yeah.
this I can see them using this to segue and push a reason for Goku to actually want to go to planet Sadala with Vegeta, and that would be a great way to start off Dragon Ball Super 2019 with the Saiyan arc or the Sadala arc or whatever the case may be. So that's my entire take on the entire um, you know the spoilers for the movie. I think the movie's going to be godlike. Um, and I wanted to touch on that poster because that poster is becoming more real by the minute. Um, when there was no Broly movie announced, I was already talking about that Green Dragon. A similar character was there. That rabbit, a similar character was there. There was no bull, but no, there was a small little bull, the magician bull. The word is remember this is covering the guy, but there was like a warthog type guy that used magic, but Vegeta just got rid of him. He had glasses on, but like the word remember this is covering that warthog's face. A similar character was there, that viper looking lady, snake looking lady, a similar character was like that. The wolf guy, a similar character was like that. A lot of character similarities were in the Tournament of Power, and now Broly is in the mix. And I'm starting to think that this poster here is the template of some of the characters that we've seen in the Dragon Ball Super saga, then and now and to come. So let me take a few questions. I don't want to keep this too long because I want to go to my normal midnight stream. I want to make sure I'm going to sleep around 2 o'clock tonight. So let's see something here. You guys are in the Discord. My question is, where the f did that art originate? That I don't know. I don't know. According to Keen, he's saying that he thinks Geekdom said that this is fake. That somebody
Yeah.
else put that
And
together.
and the artist I think is called Salvo Makoto.
Hmm, okay, that's good to know. Yes, Gogeta is in this, but Geekdom had already stated Gogeta was in this. When they data mined Xenoverse 2, you saw um, Gogeta in there along with the new version of Broly. So yeah, so he definitely was already like there. So let me see any other questions. All right, any questions from you, Keen? If not,
Yeah.
all right. Well, guys, thank you for joining me. I was hopefully trying to do this in 15 minutes, but this jumped over 20. But pretty much I just want to do this real quick, and I'm glad that we got over this. If you guys are interested in more details, you can jump over to Geekdom. He does the whole Dragon Ball thing. Like I said, I don't want people to get too used to this. I'm not an anime page or YouTube page. Every now and then, something piques my interest. I'll cover it with my point of view on it. But if you guys are looking for Dragon Ball and stuff like that, you can head over to Geekdom 101 on YouTube. He covers that extensively. I just do spot checks on it on anime every now and then. Like what's this guy's name? Escanor. I'm waiting for when the new season starts because he is a monster. Escanor is the truth. He is the light. He is the way. He is the Son of God. And I mean that in almost the literal fashion. Thanks for joining me, guys. I'll check you guys later. Join me in about 5 minutes in my community gaming stream. I'm supposed to be doing my Africa campaign, but my whole schedule screwed up from coming back from Florida. But we'll talk about that in that stream. Good night, y'all.